People want to be told what to do, not you give them the control, because that's when they start figuring out like that. I want to think about it. It's not because they know they don't want it. It's like they're legit like terrified of 3 options. They're like, I don't know which one to choose. It's like your job is to tell them which one to choose.
Objections. So we touched on this a little bit, and I always kind of struggle with the overcoming objections because I always learn to avoid them, right? But when you're brand new, you're not going to be able to avoid them, all of them. It's a learning process. They are going to come up. So I'm going to throw a handful, and you know the one everyone, let's say most people, if you sold, you've gotten this one before. I want to think about it.
So Larry, I understand that you want to think about it, but right now there's nothing to think about. You don't have any life insurance policies put into place. If you had 2 to 3 policies in place, there's something to think about. But at the end of the day, you mentioned to me that your daughter would be struggling financially if something were to happen to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the C option. That gives you time to think about the B or the A option, because right now you have nothing to think about. Once you buy life insurance the first time, now you have something to think about, which is going up to B or A. Right now you have nothing to think about. And to be honest with you, we're adults. Like, can I be honest with you, Mike?
Yep.
It's like you had 40 years to think about it. Right now, there's nothing to think about. So we're going to do the C option. What's a good mailing address?
There you go. And C option, so you're giving them 3 options.
Yeah.
Obviously, C is the lower option.
100%.
Like kind of like the minimum of what they wouldn't want to do any less than.
Exactly.
And I was like one of my go-to phrases, because sometimes you get to the point where I was in home, it was different, but the 3 options are on the table, and they don't know what because they want the A option, but that ain't going to fit their budget. The C option's a little low, but their wife's sitting there, so the last thing they want to tell me in front of their wife is they can't afford something, right? So they're like, oh, I don't really know. I'm like, dude, it's 3. It's not like I gave you 37 options. So I would do something very similar, like, hey, what's the one you wouldn't want to do any less than? Like absolutely bare minimum. And a lot of times it was the B or the C.
I would do like process of elimination colors. I'm like, which one makes no sense? Like, oh, the A option makes no sense. They're like, A option makes no sense. I'm like, B or C, which one makes sense? B, what's your height and weight? What's your social?
There you go. And I like how you do, like, which option versus, like, it's too expensive for you?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's what everyone wants to hear.
I walked into Ashley Furniture Store one time, and I'm like, I looked at this bed, and they're like, I was like, can I look at another one? Like, oh, is that, you just can't afford that one? I'm like,
no, I just want a different bed.
I just wanted to look at a bed. It's like, who taught you?
Yep. Yeah, you must sell a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, I know they're supposed to do this, but like when you go to, I'm at Chili's, right? And my kid wants, mandarin oranges and fries for the side. They're like, that's going to be an extra. I'm like, dude, what is it, $2? Like, who cares? I know you're supposed to. But anyways, I have to do with this, nothing. Other objections. So I'm not comfortable committing today, or I'm not comfortable committing to something I don't understand.
So I'm huge on building value, and if you don't understand the product I'm going over, I'm going to break it down for you in the most common sense way possible, Mike. Are you going to die?
Yes.
Somebody's got to pay for it, right?
Correct.
My job is to leave a check behind to your daughter, not a bill. And we both know that you have to pay for it. We both know that you're going to have to, as life moves on, you're adulting every single day. These are one of the responsibilities of getting older. It's taking care of your life insurance. So if you don't understand it, I'll break it down even more. Whole life lasts forever. The dollar amount every month stays the same. It's a locked-in rate. It pays out to your family when you die. So what we're going to do is I'm going to find something that fits in your budget. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do break down your budget. Has anybody ever broke down your budget before?
No.
Most of the time they say no. I'm like, hey, I'm going to break down your budget, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to have you get a magnet. I'm going to have you put your budget on your refrigerator. Now you know how much a month your bills are. There's bills and there's investments. Your utilities, all those are bills. Your investments is your life insurance. It's not a bill. I want you to look at it like an investment. So how much a month do you think you can afford with your life insurance?
Yeah, $100.
$100. I'm going to tell you how much coverage that's going to get you in the type. What's your health conditions?
Gotcha.
What was that?
Oh, they're good.
Good. Yeah. Great. All right. So we're going to do an IUL. What it does, participates in stock market gains, not losses. It's life insurance. You die, family gets taken care of. You have a terminal, critical, or chronic illness. You have access to the policy while you're living. It's going to get you $100,000 of coverage. Is that something you're looking for?
Yes.
Perfect. Mailing address?
There you go. Good stuff.
Boom.
Yeah. It's that simple.
So simple.
And the whole time your attitude is, I'm the one in control. I'm telling you hey, here's what we're going to do. Like, you should be saying that 100 times in your. Here's what we're gonna do.
Because people, they don't want to be. The people want to be told what to do.
Yeah.
Not you give them the control, because that's when they start figuring out like that. I want to think about it. It's not because they know they don't want it. It's like they're legit like terrified of 3 options. They're like, I don't know which one to choose.
Right.
It's like your job is to tell them which one to choose.
Yeah, you're waiting for them to choose. They don't even know, and you have to get. And this is, I love. Sean had this training years ago, psychology of the sale, and my favorite part of it was when he talked about the psychology of the client.
Yes.
Whatever you're selling, you have to know who your client is.
I agree.
And our clients, I don't care where you're getting your leads from. If your client's filling out a lead, it's a small percentage of the population. 100%. Most people don't fill out leads. I don't fill out leads. You don't fill out leads. So number one, what you got to do is get out of your mindset, because you're not our client. You go, if someone said that to me, yeah, but you didn't ask for anything. My wife cringes when we are out in public and someone's trying to sell something, because I've been in this business for so long that I'm like, I'm over the top about it. If I didn't ask you for anything, screw you, don't ask me for shit.
I agree.
Like, I'm in Home Depot trying to pick out stuff, and the salesman, the solar guy, I'm like, dude, if I wanted solar, I know how to get solar. I don't need you while I'm trying to get trim for my house to pitch it to me. Like, shut your mouth. But I'm also not our client, neither are you. Get inside the head of our client. Our clients are people, are that small percentage of the population that actually filled something out.
And that's why I always tell my agents is like, you got to think the mind of the consumer, right?
Yeah.
And I'm always huge on acting like I don't want you, I need you, or I don't need you, I want you. Mm-hmm. So I always tell the client, like, I'm like, I got 5 minutes. I don't want to talk to you. You don't want to talk to me. And if you don't want the life insurance, I'm not going to give it to you anyways. And the psychology behind it, it's like when a girlfriend, like somebody breaks up with you, you say cool.
Yeah.
Not like, oh my God, like, please stay, like, please, like,
right.
It's like you say cool, and they're like, wait, I don't want to break up with you. It's
right.
like, why did you say cool? Yeah, it's like, why did you say cool to that?
Right.
And that's the same thing with like the psychology behind the consumer buying life insurance. Like, I don't want to give it to you if you don't want it, and it's the confidence behind them knowing that, like, oh, this guy doesn't need me. He wants me.
Correct. Which is true. If you have enough leads and enough appointments, you don't need that one sale.
No, you just move on.
That's where you should be as an agent. But the client, think about all the things that had to happen for you to even have that appointment. First of all, they had to see, if you're running ads, they had to see your ad.
100%.
Then they had to click on it. Then they had to fill it out with all of their information correctly, by the way, because how many times you get a lead with the wrong phone number, wrong name?
Exactly.
So they put all their information in there, all their correct information. They answered the phone when you called. And if you're doing a one-time close, they had a meeting with you. And if you set an appointment, they were then there when you had that appointment, which we know on a telesale, half of them show up.
Yeah.
So all those things had to happen.
I tell the client that too. It's like, hey, I didn't fill anything out. I'm like, hey, can we use common sense, Mike? Like, there's 12 questions here, man. Someone filled it out, and I promise it was you.
Right.
I'm always like, you probably just don't want to talk to anybody because it's really annoying. But I'm not a dentist. I'm not here to pull your teeth and annoy you.
Yeah, there you go. I have plenty of savings. That should cover my needs. I don't need insurance.
It's my favorite one. So you have savings. So we know where you're at financially today. The whole point of life insurance is we don't know where we're going to be at financially in the future. Right now you have $100,000 saved, which is great. We just don't know where you're going to be at 10, 15, 20 years down the road, which is why people have life insurance. In case something does happen, there's something put into place. Because most families I work with, Mike, usually they have a large savings account. So this is nothing new to me.
Yeah.
I work with families in your situation that have a large savings account or stocks, bonds, and investments. When most people that have a large savings accounts have 3 to 4 life insurance policies, you have none now, which is obviously a problem, which my job is to fix that problem. Make sure you realize, obviously, that you do need life insurance and the importance behind it. Because look what happened in 2008. Everybody thought they were balling. Mm-hmm. Everybody thought they were balling. Then 2008 happened. A lot of people went bankrupt, lost their jobs, they lost their house. Something bad happened, which that goes to show you can't predict the future. You might lose your house. Insurance doesn't cover it. Now you have to put a deposit on a new house. You have to buy a new car. Anything can happen with that $100,000.
Love it.